In the last session, we have, we have seen the one-to-many annotations. Now let's go and, we have done changes to our organization, and we have done changes to our employee service and the employee service impl, and we have done changes in our organization controller and the employee controller as well. So these are the changes which I have done. Now what I'll do is I'll add these changes to the Git, actually, to my remote repository. You can do it in multiple ways. Let me clear the screen. So if I want to check the latest changes, so what is the command you have to do? You have to write, you have to use git status command. Git status command will show the latest changes which you have added. So you can see here, right? Modified, modified, modified. These are the files which I have modified. Now I can I can add the changes to the Git using the git add command. And I can commit the changes using the git command, git commit command. Okay, so let me do it over here, and let's do later I'll do some small changes, then I'll commit from the Eclipse IDE. First let me show the changes how I will be adding it. So you'll be using the git add command, and you'll be adding the files. So here you'll be adding the one by one file. Git add, paste. Now again git add source main resources, organization controller, copy it and just paste it over here. Similarly, again you have to add git add source main, and you have to add the organization. Let me add the organization. Okay, it is added. Git add again source main employee services. Let's copy and add. Done. Now next I have to add this employee service impl as well. Copy. I'll say git add and paste this one. Okay, so now you have added all those 5 files to the Git. Now Git will be having your details now. Okay, so now you want to commit these details. So you have added the Git, but the Git will be is like, you have added to the staging area. Okay, staging area. Now you are about to commit the changes to the Git. Okay, so now Git commit -m. Now -m you will be used to write the commit message. So here what I'll do is I'll say modified employee controller and organization controller, organization itself, organization and employee services. Next, employee service IMPL. Okay, so this is how you have to write it. So what are the files you have modified? You have to enclose, you have to write. Okay, if you want to highlight it, you have to enclose all these things in a single quotation. So this will be highlighted. Okay, so now once you add a commit message, now it is time to hit enter. Okay, let's hit enter. So all these details will be committed. So all these files will be committed. See here. So once the once we are committing the details, so it is showing that 5 file changes are done, 50 insertions are done, 42 deletions are done. Okay, now we have committed the changes. Now we have to push the changes to the our feature branch. So let's check in which branch I am. Git branch. So let's check which branch I am. I am currently in my feature Spring Boot data JPA branch. Now let me use a git push command and push the changes to my central repository, remote repository. Okay, git push. So now it will push the changes to the this particular branch. Once it is pushed the changes, it will give the commit ID. So let's see. So it is asking me to choose the account for, I have multiple accounts of GitHub actually. So it is verifying me. Like, see, once I commit the changes, so it is showing me the commit ID. So this is where you can find it. This is my GitHub repo actually. So let's click on this repo. Let's double click on, let me double click on this repo. So it will open my GitHub repository where, see here, in 19 seconds ago, I have added 23 seconds ago, I have pushed my changes. Okay. So see the changes. So modified the employee controller, organization controller, and organization, employee service and employee service symbol. All these things we have modified it. Let me go to the commit message. So see here, when I click on that, it is showing what are the how many files changed. 42 files are changed. 50 insertions are there. 42 deletion, 42 lines deletions are there. Okay. So all these details it will show. See, these are the the details which are showing in the green color. So these are the newly added changes, and these are the changes which I have deleted. These are the lines which I have deleted. Okay, so these many deletions, these many insertions are there in this file set. If you want to check file by file, you can check it. You can click on any one file and you can check the details, employee controller. Okay, so here. So we have added delete mapping in employee controller, organization controller. So these many changes in the organization controller. Okay, so organization. So in organization, what we have added? So we have added the one to many and join column. Okay. So in employee services, we have added these many changes in employee services interface. Employee service simple, we have added these many changes in employee service simple. Okay. So these are the changes which I have done. Okay. I hope you people understood this one. Let me do the small changes in my code. And again, let me push the code from my Eclipse. Okay. This time I'll show you from my Eclipse. Now I'm adding the changes in my organization controller. Let me add the simple sysout statement, syso. Okay, when I add the changes, when I save now, so here you will see the greater than symbol will be coming. See here, it is coming now. Okay, so now I'll be adding the organization. Okay, so now we have the changes. If you go and check the git command, if you go and check the status, so it will show that file which I have modified. So here I have modified the organization controller. It is asking, it is saying that this is the file which I have modified it. So if you want to add it, you can add this file. So you can use git add file name command to add the changes. Okay, now as of now, we are not going to add from this location. Now what I'll do is I'll use the I have added the change. Now what I'll do is I'll commit the change. So what I'll do is I'll right click on this file which I have done the changes. I'll go to the team. Then here you can see add to index. So when I click on add to index, it will be added to the staging area. So these many files are there, which is Git is tracking. Okay. So among that, I'll be adding this organization controller to the staging area. Okay, this is staged now. If you want to remove the file from the staging area, you just have to click minus. So it will be removed from the staging area. Okay, see here it is removed. It went back to the unstaged changes. Now, if you want to add it, you can have to click on plus. So now we have added the changes to the staging area. Now we have to provide the commit message. So I'll say that added sysout statement, added sysout statement in organize in one of the method. I didn't remember the method. So in one of the method, we have added the system, added the sysout statement. Let me directly see that. Let me give the meaningful name. So where I have added this one in the add organization, I have added. So let me give the clear cut method name. I have added the sysout statement in add method of organization controller. Give this add in a single quotations to highlight it. Okay, so once you complete this, once you give the commit message, then you have to commit and push it. So you have to, there is a two options you can see, commit And there is one more option you can say, commit and push. Now I'll use commit and push. Now I'll be committing the changes. So, don't say the employee. So now I have committed and pushed the changes. So it should give me the URL now. So what is coming? Okay, it is asking me the user ID and password. I remember by this. The user ID and password now. What I have to do? It will ask you the user ID and password. So you have to type your user ID and password and enter. So once you enter, so if your user ID and password are correct, so it will push the changes to the repo. Okay. So otherwise it will throws an exception like user ID and password is not correct. So in my case, I can't remember the user ID and password. So that's why I couldn't able to push the changes. See, it's failed to push the changes. So now the changes in my local itself. Okay. So I can use my, as I didn't remember my user ID and password. So what I'll do is I'll do it from my command prompt, git command prompt. So from here, what I'll do is I'll say clear screen. For clear screen, I have used CLS command. So here I have to use a command called git push to push the changes. I habituated with the git commands actually. Because of that only, I couldn't able to I haven't added my credentials in the Eclipse IDE. Okay. So otherwise I would have added it. Even if you go to any organization, so most of the organizations are using the git commands only. So even you can learn the git commands or you can use the git Eclipse to commit the changes. So I have pushed the changes. Let me go and check the changes. Okay. Fine. So let me refresh. Let me go to the Spring Boot data JPA branch. It is taking a lot of time to load up. Let me go. Let me go up. My goodness, it's stuck. Okay, let me go to the first Spring Boot repo. So here you can see I had a change in 1 minute ago. So what is the change? See, added sysout statement in add organization method. So only one insertion is there. So that is sysout. Okay. So this is how we can add, commit and push the changes to the Git repository, remote repository using the Git commands or using the Eclipse IDE. Okay. That's all for now. In the next session, we'll be discussing the many to one, one to one, many to many. Until then, thank you.